Subscribe to Filmfare and press the bell icon.
It is okay to find yourself while you're on the path. It is just, all you have to do is have belief in yourself. You will find yourself. It's quite interesting. Karan came and saw Soorma and he quite liked that film, appreciated my work in it. And then I think after that I went and tested for a few projects in Dharma, especially with Shashank Khaitan. Unfortunately, it didn't come through. And I remember there was this one screening of a film where we were all at Dharma. And after that, Shashank Khaitan took me and introduced me to Sharan Sharma, and Sharan and I got talking. Or uske baad he called me for a meeting next day, which went on for about 5.5 hours. And we just generally spoke. And he had seen my body of work. And then I think he told Karan sir, and Karan sir just then picked up the phone and said, Angad, Sharan wants you on the film. Go and hear the story. And then that's how I came on board. And I asked Karan sir, I said, 2-3 bari socially, I had engaged with him in conversation. And, there was a talk about Gunjan Saxena, this film, and what a beautiful story it is. But never was casting discussed or my name was discussed. So I asked him, I said, why didn't you tell me that earlier? He said, I just wanted you to be routed through the proper channel and I wanted the director to call you, and green light and make sure that he wanted to work with you. And then, I was waiting for to make that call. And I was it was so heartening because, going through the correct channel, the filmmaker wanting an actor, there's a certain body of work that I had already done, whether it was Pink, Soorma, Inside Edge, Verdict, and I had also been part of a big film, Zinda Hai. So I think somewhat sometimes when you do projects back to back, they align well, and then producers and filmmakers take interest in your work. I think signing Soorma was, it made all the difference. I remember I had even spoken to Salman sir when I was signing it, and he said, Angad, you should definitely do it. I always wanted to work with Diljit Dosanjh because, I think he's really a fabulous talent. And the film working, it worked for Diljit and me both, and even Tapsi. And from there, I got other projects, and I came in the eye of Dharma, and Shashank saw Soorma, and that's how he took me to Sharan. And I think that's how the whole process of me coming on board for Gunjan worked out well. When I heard the story, what I really liked was, there's a lot of internal conflict that Anshuman Saxena has, who's, that's the part I'm portraying in Gunjan Saxena. There's, he's not against her, he's not for her. There's he's completely at crossroads when he's talking to, an officer who he has to show respect for, because he understands when you are on official duty, and you are literally putting your life out there on the line for the sake of your country. So he understands that emotion. But sometimes he gets lost in understanding, in figuring out whether he is speaking to Gunjan Saxena, the Air Force officer, or then Gunju, his sister. Because she's like his kid sister, there's a 3-year difference, and he's always seen her eat kasata and, be around hometown in Lucknow, on a bicycle. And then he's found her to be, quite... Ziddi is the correct term, that अच्छा इसको अभी plane उड़ाना है, तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि ये Air Force fighter pilot बन जाएगी. He comes from the army. His their father, both Anshuman and Gunjan's father, played by Pankaj Tripathi, is also an army man. So his whole internal conflict is that he respects his father, yet he disagrees with the way he thinks, because he's not really preparing Gunju to become Gunjan Saxena, the Air Force officer. He's showing her a very rosy image, and he feels that when you become an officer, there's a lot of sacrifice, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of obstacles that you have to overcome, you have to go through. It's not easy. You have to be mentally tough, you have to be emotionally strong. So, these were all the thoughts that went into Anshuman Saxena. And, it's very difficult to portray this kind of role on screen, because usually first to find the balance between a brother and sister. Second is that, there is a certain belief, in the profession that you're in, and then all of a sudden you are an officer who's or he's on the battleground. But at home, you are a son. At home, you have a sister. And a similar case with Gunjan. Sometimes it's like, how hard it is for her to convince her own brother that she is ready. And then when she's put through the test and she's put through the paces, she realizes that Anshuman Saxena is the voice of reason and whatever he said is actually coming true. So it's a great story. We follow the graph of Gunjan, but we follow the changeover of Anshuman Saxena, which I found was really fabulous, because eventually he realizes there's a very beautiful scene where he, there's on battleground where he saves his sister and he says, "मैं हर बार तुझे बचाने नहीं आ पाऊंगा, Gunjan." And then he sees the turnaround of Gunjan Saxena, the officer, and he realizes that she's ready. And then he says कि मैंने कहा था ना मैं तुझे बचाने नहीं आ पाऊंगा, लेकिन मुझे ये विश्वास है कि जिस दिन मुझे जरूरत पड़ी तू मुझे बचाने जरूर आएगी. Then he salutes and he says, "Jai Hind, Officer Saxena." It's about a family. It's a very simple emotion. It's not celebrating or it's not jingoistic at all. It's not, it's not pressing on the fact that, we are going to fight for our country and this is what we do. It's not trying to, it's not being, it's not being forceful. This film is about discovering yourself. This film, I feel what I took back after watching this film is, and being part of it, is that it is okay to not know what you want to do. It is okay to find yourself while you're on the path. It is just, all you have to do is have belief in yourself. You will find yourself. Everybody not necessarily first finds themselves and then goes and takes part in a particular profession. It doesn't work like that. It's sometimes just okay. Like as actors also, you grow, right? There will be certain times, certain roles will only come to you once there's the people or producers or filmmakers see a growth in your personality or growth in your performance. And how will that happen? Through life's experiences, exposure. Only then can you also portray certain parts. So I feel that it's a journey. This film is about that. And it's about self-discovery. It's about acceptance. It's not about getting 10 on 10 or coming out with flying colors. It's about trying. It's not about reaching where you want to reach. It's just about trying. It's just about having belief in yourself that I want to try to do this, and it is okay to try. And I feel that is the beauty of this film. It's very, very real. I've come through many rejections. I've come through a sporting background. I've taught that you have to accept failure first. I've been taught to first accept rejection. You have to take it in your stride. It helps you grow. I come from the fact that अपने आप को ना बेचारा नहीं बताना. Everybody has problems. Everybody comes through hardships. But you can't become a bechara because of that. Self-pity is the worst form to indulge in. If you want to be an achiever, then you have to dog it out. You have to, get out there, sweat it out. You have to convince people. Like I pick up the phone on filmmakers and producers because I'm hungry and I want to get parts which I've not been. I want to be in an uncomfortable zone. I want people to test me out and see, yes, how come we didn't think of hunger? And that's what, and if I can change their mind, that's my moral victory. And today people feel that यार हम फोन नहीं उठाकर किसी को कर सकते. क्यों नहीं कर सकते? आपको करना चाहिए, because it shows you're keen, it shows you're hungry, it shows that yes, you want to work with these people, you got to win their confidence. And people like that. Trust me, people like that. It's not कि नहीं मैं एक्टर हूँ, मुझे 6 साल हो गए, मेरे 5 फिल्में हिट हो गई हैं, अब मैं फोन नहीं करूंगा. अरे आप और करो फोन, आप और करोगे चेस प्रोजेक्ट को, तब people will be like हाँ यार इसको तो भूख है, he wants to improve, he wants to keep on proving himself time and again. And that's what people like. It's about hard work. It's about being sincere. It's about being honest. And I feel that's what takes you ahead. And I like that. I resonated with Anshuman because he's been through hardships. He's realistic. He knows that, if you try 10 times out of that, 8 times you will fail. Twice you'll succeed. But then that's also good enough. He knows that it's, it's about resilience. You have to be mentally tough. You have to be emotionally strong. I like those things about him. I also like the crossroad. I like the conflict because, usually we show glory in films. This is not about that. I love sacrifice personally. Sometimes I like the characters who build a person, you know, and they are like in this film that is showcased well. So I feel that, you know, it's not just about one person's journey. Collectively, even filmmaking is not just one person's job. You know, there's a direction team, there's a production team, there are light boys, light men, there's spot boys, there's, you know, there is a focus puller, there are actors, there are managers. There is everybody's hard work when it comes together is when you make a beautiful project like Gunjan Saxena. So I feel that, you know, I'm very glad and very thankful to Karan Johar, to Apurva Mehta for believing in me, Sharan Sharma for thinking that I can, you know, pull off Anshuman, because it's very conflicted. It is extremely conflicted. It's very real. This is what happens in real families, which this is the kind of role which has not come on screen before. So, you know, if, you know, I'm getting, like, I've got acceptance from the, you know, critics. I just hope now people watch it and take to it and find a brother like Anshuman, find a sister like Gunjan, and parents like Anup Singh and Aisha. You know, now with Meher and Neha, I like to detach. I do a lot of prep. Yeah, when I'm doing prep, then I really put in a lot of effort. But once the shooting begins, then I don't take the scenes that I've shot. I don't do that. Or, you know, once it's done, it's done. Yeah, when you review it and you watch it again, then obviously you feel, hi, you could have done this differently, or you could have, you know, played this in a different manner, the whole scene. But then वो सिर्फ आपको लगता है. Eventually, अभी छप गया तो छप गया. You know, it's the filmmaker's fault. There's always room for improvement. As an actor, you should never feel satisfied, but yeah, you should also give a pat on your back to yourself because you deserve it, you know, when you worked hard. But I tend to, once I've done it, then it's out of my system. I get attached to work, but I don't beyond a point get really attached to my projects, because I believe that you got to move on to your next and you got to prove yourself again. So I'm proud of my projects. Like, I'm proud of Pink. I'm proud of Inside Edge. I'm proud of now Gunjan, Soorma. You know, these are the films that have really projected me well. Verdict, I did a courtroom drama, which was backed by Subhash Kapoor and Shashank Shah and Ekta Kapoor. But I don't get attached to my projects because that's a dangerous space for me. You know, I like to forget about it and move on to the next, because as actors, you got to do that. See, OTT is here to stay for sure. Okay, so but cinema and OTT will learn how to coexist. Eventually, a film on the 70mm is a film on the 70mm. A big film is a big film. You enjoy the theatrical experience. You want the sound effects. Sometimes you have to watch it in 3D, 4D. That you'll not get at home. It's a bit tough. But I feel OTT, other stuff will come forward. There are a lot of films which don't need that big cinematic theatrical experience or release. You know, it gives it's an avenue. It gives a lot of job opportunities to filmmakers, new actors, technicians. You know, also audience. I feel it's a younger audience on the OTT, which I really value, because for an actor to stay relevant and stay young needs a younger audience. So OTT gives you all those benefits. You know, it gives you the reach to various houses in the world. You know, people know of your existence, they know of your work, they know your name. But 70mm, I feel I've grown up watching 70mm cinema in theaters. It's an experience, you know, which will never change. It is always going to, it's been there for many years and it'll be there for many, many more years to come. But OTT and cinema, I feel both will coexist, and I think it's a great time for actors. See, there's always room for improvement for sure, and there'll be you know, if I had to do something differently, like, I would not change anything post Pink, because, you know, I think that's where I've come into my being, and, you know, I've come into my own, and people have accepted me as an actor, you know, given me a lot of love and appreciation for my body of work. But then maybe my struggle, had it not been my struggle till Pink, I would have not, you know, the fruits that bear your struggle, the result, I would have not literally seen them, you know, come out the way they have. So I feel that I would definitely, you know, I would not change anything, no. because every film that I've been part of, or every rejection has made me only stronger, and I feel it's made me value the work that I've done a lot more. It has made me value the work that has come to me a lot more. So I feel that you can either use it in a way where it makes you a better person, or you can have angst against it. I chose to not have angst against it because this is where I work. This is where I work. This is where I draw, my paycheck from. There's food on the table because of this industry, and I'm really grateful to all my producers who have shown faith in me immensely. And hopefully they all repeat me. And I feel once you get repeated as an actor, this is my second film with Dharma. So clearly, there is a good faith building exercise, and they're wonderful people to work with, with such a reputation. Even Yash Raj, I feel that, or Excel, I feel I've tapped into all these three places, and they have literally treated me like a family member. And I feel that, as an actor, you always dream of working with a Dharma, Yash Raj, or an Excel. And they've been very, very kind to me and very receptive to my body of work. So I just want to continue my association and build on it a lot more, because today they are also backing new filmmakers, they're backing new stories, and it's a give and take. Literally, you are easy to work with, you show up on time, you're disciplined, you're hardworking, and they value these things. Are really valued, trust me, and they go a long way here, because you could be 99% talented, but if you're not, but if you're not a good human being, they don't really, you'll not make a mark. But if you are even 40% talented, but you're a good guy, you're a good human being, they'll work with you and they'll make you better also. They'll invest in you. So it's about, this industry works on personal relationships. It works on, on good faith. So it's just better to build on it, because that's what, I want a career of 35, 40 years. How am I going to do that? I got to keep people together. I can't think it's all about me. It's people who take you together. It's a project that is built with everybody coming together. So what happens? Faith is put into it. So I want to win that, because eventually I want a career where I can look back and tell my daughter when she's like 20, 25, and she says, "Dad, I'm proud of your films." So I want her to really be proud of my body of work.